team, and I'm working as a healthcare assistant. Today I will be sharing my experience. I'm going to be very brief because I have so much to say that my time is very short. So I got into the UK and signed the contract with my sponsor, and in that contract I have my responsibilities and duties. Likewise, my sponsor. But the reality is what I signed is not actually what is happening on the ground. I signed a 40 hours contract, but I'm working 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. On very, very rare occasions, am I able to get 7 hours, which is really quite frustrating. And because of that, I'm obliged to work for extended days, to so-called that you have to meet up with the hours. You work 10 to 14 days without a day off, which is really tiring. Working with people who have special needs and every other aspect, it is really a challenge to me. And the worst part of it is that at the end of the month, when it's pay time, I don't know how my boss, my employer finds a way to cut my salary at his discretion. And when I go to him, hey, please, my salary is not complete, and the only thing he tells me, I will revoke your COS. That is the constant music I hear, my colleagues hear. He doesn't pay the normal mileage, and recently he has found a new way to manipulate the pay calendar. He will say, oh, I paid you guys 2 days plus last month, and so I'm deducting in this month, which is not true. Because I worked for the normal 25th, 26th, 25th, and he didn't pay more. And when I wanted to revindicate, he removed me from the rota. I stayed for 1 month, 2 weeks without any job. And when he was short-staffed, he came to me and said, oh, after a long layoff, you have to come to work and work this number of days. And I told him I'm not working because I've not received my pay. And behold, immediately he paid my money. He paid it instantly without any issue. But I've stayed for 1 month, 2 weeks. I have financial obligations to meet up with here and abroad. And how do I go about it? Heaven knows. So it is really a challenge. This is just one of the little things that, one of the many that we are going through as healthcare assistants. No training, bullying at all moments. You don't have the right to complain, because each time you complain, I will revoke your COS. And I know that if they revoke my COS, I'm illegal in this country. And so I have to work under those very, very tough and deplorable conditions to keep that COS, while hoping that I might get another sponsor somehow, somewhere, I don't know. Just hoping like that, which is really frustrating. It makes my work very difficult and others. So it has not been really easy, and the things are so many. So I would just like to give a little bit of recommendation based on, because I've heard so many people talking about so much. I came late, but what I've heard is really what is happening. All what they've said is the reality. There is much, much more to say than what I have said. So my recommendation to the authorities is that they should create a platform where we workers, we can go there and lay our complaints anonymously, and they should use those information to find out if really, in real, what we've complained is what is happening with our employers. And if that is done, they should bring those employers to book. But on the contrary, we also have an issue. The first thing that they will do, the authorities, that they are going to revoke their license. And when they revoke their license, I'm the victim here. I'm the one to suffer that impact. So even if they create that platform and they don't provide some sort of a scheme to accommodate us, that will reassure us that if I report my sponsor and the investigation is done and he is actually he's breaching the contract, the license revoked, I am protected, I'll have another job immediately. That I assure you that many people will report, and if 1 or 2, 3 sponsors' licenses are being revoked as a result of that, it's going to go out like a wildfire. The others will hear about it. They will now ameliorate their ways of treating their workers. It might not be the best, but I believe that would be a starting point to a better working environment or better working experience here in the UK. So I also appreciate you, I don't know your name, I came in late, because she said one of the key points that I wanted to give as a recommendation, that other councils are they've already signed a partnership with the Home Office. That's what I got based on some findings, and that they are recruiting some of those workers who are stranded, which is quite a good idea, because we are many out there who want to give out the best we can to the community and to receive a reward. So I also encourage other councils to join in that same scheme to see how in their own community they can accommodate those people who are stranded, who want to really work. And to my colleagues, if there are some here, we need to know our rights, because what has helped me to an extent, there are things that my boss wants to do to me because he knows that I'm not going to take it. I try as much as possible to study the minimum and to use it against him. In situation when I'm lost, I call the Citizens Advice. I've called them about 3 times, and they have really given me a guidance on how to go about it. And I've also joined the trade union. But with all that, honestly, I can't report to the Home Office. I cannot, because if I do, that sponsor will be taken and I will be stranded. And that is not what I wish, and that is not what anybody wants to go through. So that's just what I have to share with you. Thank you very much.